All right, today we are going to look at a very cool knife. This is the TiSlim Raccoon with the S35VN. This is kind of the premium of the variations that they came out with. This is an axis lock. I'm like 99% sure there's a clutch lock in there from what I can tell. Maybe let's pull it apart in a minute after we get this going. So we've got an amazing action overall. I think the action and retention on the spring, or the tension on the spring is great. On the back we have like this kind of brassy looking color, and on the pivot we also have that, or on the pivot the thumb stud. Thumb stud feels great. Thumb stud is wider than the knife, which is pretty crazy. I think the specs are wrong on the site, but I'm pretty sure this is like 0.11 on the thickness, but very thin blade. I've got jimping up top and jimping out back. I don't know whether those do jimping all the way. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of funny, but it is almost all the way. So we've got like this nice kind of fine stone wash. It almost feels like, looks glassy on the reflection. You can see that. Everything about this is just phenomenal. You got a little bit of a choke point here. You don't have like a finger choil, but you can get your hand on there and feel pretty confident. You're not going to hurt yourself. But down here, it feels great. It's got this weird texturing. I don't even know how to describe it. It's weird, but it works really well. It feels great in the hand. Just enough like friction back and forth to feel like you've got, a good grip on it. This thing's cool. Super thin, super slicey. Like this thing just glides through paper. Yeah, it's wild. You can just kind of tap it, it's crazy. So I really feel like it's just a great everyday blade. I always like to give pluses and minuses. The only minus on this would be the pocket clip, and that's it, as far as I can tell. Pocket clip's a little harsh in and out of the pocket. I'll show you here. Got a pair of Levi's. As we go in the pocket, you got kind of a little bit of the resistance there where you're popping over. Coming out, I don't mind if that's there, but it's, just got a little bit of a resistance. I prefer something like this here, where it just slides in and out smoothly. There's the psyop. But anyway, that's just a little nitpick. I don't think it's a huge deal, and it's something you'll get used to and probably can be adjusted. But let me get a tool and let's pull off one scale and just see if this is indeed a clutch lock, because I am very curious. Okay, a couple more little specs for you. Obviously S35VN at 60 on the hardness, plus or minus 1. We are at a 3.8 inch blade, just under 8 inches overall, and then we have 2.69 ounces, so very lightweight. So let's figure out what we need here to pull this apart. So we can just pull this side off. It's probably going to be a T8, I'm guessing. About to find out. Let's see here. We're looking at a T6. Yeah, let's check the pivot and see what that is for fun. Pivot is a T8. Okay. All right. So let's pull one side off and see what we got. So it is a reversible clip. You just have the fuller there, and let's see if that does anything for us. Not coming apart at that point that I can tell. All right. You can tell I'm somewhat of an amateur. Okay, so we have. Oh, that's super interesting. Weird. So this side is T6, and this side appears to be, okay, that's probably T6 as well. Got a little mix and match here. Screws, so make sure we keep them organized. All right, we'll put the T6s over here. You also get a nice little thin pouch. The box itself is pretty basic. All right, so then we're looking at T8 here. Oh boy, and it's tight. Okay, set that there. And at this point, are we ready to come apart or not? Probably not. Nope, okay. Let's go all the way. All right, pocket clip here. Don't know. It's going to be easy to get apart without probably going to have to pull the pivot. Let's do that. Hopefully I can get it back together without too much trouble. All right, we got a nice big pivot screw. It's huge. Let's see if we can just get one side off. That's all I want. One scale. All right, we do. We have a clutch lock. Cool. This is very awesome. So we can see here, zoom in a little bit maybe, just a tiny bit. right there. So we can see here, we've got a clutch lock. We're on the mid-tier one. I'll probably take it up to the next one just for fun because we can, and then see what that feels like. So let's fast forward all this. Okay, so I just fast forwarded that, but what I did is I put the one of my tools inside here to keep the pivot from going nuts. And then I'm going to take this side and adjust it to the next spot there, and then we just drop the scale back on. So this is a little easier than most brands, from what I can tell. So we're back together. Now I just got to put some screws back in, or we'll just drop the pivot back through, probably going the same direction we came out. And so the pivot has like this little flat spot, so we want to line the flat spot in the spot that is flat. I can see it. All right, I'm gonna interject here real quick. Harbor Freight, these are like a few bucks. That should hold scales together while I figure this out. Okay, hopefully y'all saw none of that. Like my dad used to always say, and still says it, not directly to me, but life's tough, but it's harder when you're stupid. I was putting the pivot in the wrong side. One side has a captive, like little flat side, and so obviously won't go past that. So I won't ever tell you how long it took me to figure that out. So you'll never know. One thing to do, consider though, is this is very smooth, so it's hard to get in there. And if you use one of these little smaller Allen Dealio things, then you can use it to hold it in place and guide it through. So, all right, let's get this back together. Okay, sorry, my camera died. It took too long. I shot 2 videos back to back, so that's probably why. But yeah, anyway, this knife, I can't tell a big difference with. Clutch lock. It's very minimal. Maybe slightly. Let's loosen the pivot up. Yeah, I don't know. A little snappier, a little tighter, but yeah, very subtle. Anyway, super cool knife. Very thin and just, yeah, rad blade. Slicey. Going to be great for everyday carry. So check it out. There's other variations of this. This is probably one of the more premium ones with the S35VN and then the textured handle. But they might be sold out. They'll probably come back in stock, I'd assume, or check out Blade Bench for anything that's out of stock. You'll probably find it on there. So catch you later and see you in the next video.